Alright, we're going to go live one more time. Sorry about that. I'm using my regular cellular signal now instead of the Wi-Fi connection. For some reason, this one does a lot better. Now, how are you doing today? Now, do you know that you matter? Well, you should know that you matter because you're important and you're a vital piece of the puzzle in this little thing we call life. Now, tonight, like I was telling you, 6 p.m., Illinois Veterans Home. Come on over there. Enjoy yourself. It's free. If I can get an idea how many people are going to be there, then I'm going to order some pizzas and everything so you can come and have some pizza. Now, the reason why I kind of make a big deal about this is every week, the more people that come, they always tell me they wish I would have told them sooner or wish they would have known what it was. So I'm telling you right now, come on out to the Illinois Veterans Home tonight. It's at 6 p.m. We are doing a business briefing for anybody that wants to know more about business. They want to know more about how to make money. They want to know about saving money. They want to know about how to be financially responsible. They want to know of some ideas on how to make money, where they can make money. Now, what I do, the reason why I do this every day or every week on Monday at 6 p.m. is because so many people are always trying to look for work, find jobs, want to know where they can get stuff. So I actually have a physical location, and I go from 6 to about 6:45. And if I know who's going to show up and they actually give me an idea, I order pizza and I make sure they have some food to eat and everything. Otherwise, I just have popcorn there for you to eat. But if you come out, I'm going to give a presentation over some business opportunities that you may or may not be interested in. You know, it's important to me that I tell people this stuff. So if you're coming out, make sure to come out at 6 o'clock. Be early because I like to get started just a little bit early. That way I can answer any questions and all questions. You may or may not be interested. You may or may not have a clue on even what's going on. But I'd rather you come out and know what's going on than be mad at me for not telling you later on. And you know, right now with the way the world is and everything else, we're all looking for that opportunity, that one. And guess what? I don't sell products or anything like that. And I teach you how to make money. I teach you the best areas to put your money. And this does not cost anything at all. Okay, so if you come out there, it doesn't matter what your age is. Well, yes, it does. You got to be at least 18 years old. Okay? But come on out. I'm going to give a quick presentation, answer questions, and then we're done. Okay? It only takes a couple minutes. The presentation, I go a little bit in depth, so it takes a little bit longer than 15 minutes. It's at the Illinois Veterans Home, over at the cafe, over at Scrambles. I'm asking you right now, come on out today. It's nice outside. We sometimes do these, not tonight. Tonight it's going to be in the cafe. But the reason why I do it once a week is so that you know what's going on, that you get the opportunity to see what's going on. You're personally invited by me. There will be other people there. Okay, this is a business presentation. You know, do not bring your kids. Make sure you're above 18 years old. Doesn't matter, you know, you could be 100 and whatever. I don't care how old you come out to be. I do it at the Illinois Veterans Home because, like I said, I strive to help out all veterans, all military personnel, but also all civilians, truck drivers, you name it. People that need an opportunity, they need to learn about, you know, financial responsibility. They need how to learn different things. Well, it takes about 45 minutes. And then after that, you can call me whenever you want to ask different questions. But I ask that you come out tonight to Illinois Veterans Home. Be there a little before 6 p.m. If you come, got to be there late because you're getting off work or something, that's fine. But I do these live, and I do it at the Illinois Veterans. The problem is I'm not going to do this kind of presentation live on Facebook, okay? And the reason why is because this is to help you out, to let you know that you matter. Basically, if you're looking for something more in life, you're not making enough, if you're not sure on how to invest your money, there's always something somebody's looking for, and I do my best to try to explain it, and I give a PowerPoint presentation over it. Come on out there, and if I know you're coming, if I know for a fact you're coming, and there's going to be a couple of you, then I'm going to order pizza for everybody. But if I don't have an idea who's coming, then it's pointless to order pizza for some and not for all. So like I said, come on out. It's a free activity. It's a free event. It takes about 45 minutes. Come on out, enjoy yourself, okay? And we will go over the business briefing. And then after that, if you got questions, great. Then go home. Sometimes we go into the firehouse across the street afterwards, and we have, I drink water or tea, but you know, other people, they want to get a beer or whatnot, to ask me more questions, and I do get a lot of questions from it. Now, you don't have to be military. This is for any civilian out there, anybody that's just looking. And guess what? Sometimes it's easier to tell you in a sitting down environment that's peaceful than it is for anywhere else. So I will see you all tonight, 6 p.m. over at the Illinois Veterans Home. Get there early if you can, okay? And we will do what we can for you, and we're going to help you out the best we can, okay? And I'll see you all tonight. And this is a little bit different than my regular motivational stuff, a little bit of my different from inspirational stuff. But I'll tell you this. I was talking with my buddy Larry Embry the other day, and it was reminding me about one of the people in my life that brought inspiration to my life. His name was Dr. Patrick McGinley. You guys hear me mention him a lot. The reason why is because he had muscular dystrophy. He got his doctor's degree. He was a doctor of education. He worked well with the Boy Scouts. He loved history. Until his very last breath, Dr. McGinley was never, not a single time, ever took advantage of his muscular dystrophy. Yes, he had it. Doctors told him 20 years in advance that he'd be in a wheelchair. Until his dying day, where he took his last breath, at no time, and this was 20 years after they told him that he would be in a wheelchair, was he ever in a wheelchair. Yes, he had some stuff on his legs, but at no time did he get in a wheelchair. He was not military. He did do stuff for the Boy Scouts. He's an inspiration to me because when my mom died and I went to the public school system, he was the very first teacher I ever met. I helped him in the swimming pool with his muscular dystrophy. He taught me a lot about just going forward, even if you have a disability. No matter what you go in life, you must always find a way to keep moving forward. He was a great inspiration to me, along with other people in my family that have been inspirations, motivation. Everybody thinks that my inspiration doesn't. My inspiration comes from my family, from my dad, from my aunts and uncles. If you've known, and if you ever get a chance to know anybody in my family, they may be quiet, some of them, but you'll find out how much motivation they gave me over the years and how much they still give me to this day. There's a reason why I love being a father. There's a reason why I keep pushing forward every day. Now, granted, my family don't get on platforms like this to motivate people, and they don't get in front of big groups of people like I love to do, or get on stage and talk to people like I do. But because of them, I've learned to move forward every single day. And I'll tell you this, I've been rock bottom before many, many times in my life. I have been successful many, many times in my life. I have basically lost everything and gained nothing at times in my life. But I will tell you this, if it's not for my family, if it's not for my father and my aunts and uncles and people like Patrick McGinley, or first sergeants that became sergeant majors like Sergeant Major Edens or Sergeant Major Squires, you know, if it wasn't for like some of my great friends in the Marine Corps, like my buddy Tim Redding and all these other people I know, you know, if it wasn't for the Marine Corps League and guys that I've known that they didn't think they were good enough to have taken their lives, which they were, they inspired me of all people, then I wouldn't be who I am today. And I hope one day that I will never know it, but I hope one day I can do enough to where I can save somebody's life or change somebody's life for the better, to where they succeed in life because I was able to maybe tell them that one thing that nobody else could tell them, or reach them when nobody else was able to reach them. Because every day in life, we don't know who we can reach. We don't know what somebody's going through. We don't know who died in somebody's life. Somebody told me the other day that their dad died. I had no clue that their dad died, and they were going through a hard time because they didn't know how to pay for the funeral. Well, guess what? They ended up paying for the funeral. They ended up getting everything going through. But you want to know something? They told me. I had no clue they were going through that. I would never have known. But it's not about knowing if somebody's going through to help them. It's about being there every day for every single person in your life. It's about doing what is right, not what is convenient. If my family did what was convenient, you know, we never would have taken vacations. We would have never gone to church. We never would have, you know, I have never known anybody in my family that has ever been racist or sexist or, you know, to where they didn't like them. You know, everybody in my family has always treated their neighbors like their family. They didn't care the color of your skin. They didn't care what kind of religion. All they cared about is when you came over to the house, my grandma Jansen would give you a banana. If you came over to my mom's house, she'd give you a thing of brown bread. You go over to my aunts and uncles' houses, they'd ask you to swim. Man, I can still remember swimming at my Aunt Jan's house all the time. But it was always about intertwining yourself with people and show them that you care about them, show them that they're important at a time where maybe back then it wasn't politically correct, and maybe we didn't always live by the highest of standards of how we treat people, but you treated people how they treated you. It didn't matter who they were, didn't matter their sexuality, their religion, the color of their skin. If they treated you with respect, you treat them with respect. If you treat them with respect, they treat you with respect. That's all we were taught. And when we went to school, you treat everybody the exact same. You give you shake a hand, you give a hug, you pray with them, you eat with them, but no matter what, you always treat them better than when they first met you. Why? Because no one leaves your house empty-handed. Nobody leaves without feeling special. And that's how my family taught me. And maybe that's where I get everything from after reading all these books and these inspirational books and motivational books. It all comes down to this. I didn't learn this stuff from the books. I learned it from the family that I came from, the friends that I'm around, from the people that motivated me, from, I got a cousin that basically played for the Salt Lake Trappers baseball, yet now he's a nuclear engineer and he's very, very successful. That's motivating. I got family members that just took care of each other, and, through their retirement, they're happy, they're together, Maybe one day when I meet the right woman, I'll have that same experience too. Got to meet the right woman first though, right? You can't just go out there and get anybody. You got to meet the right one. You got to meet your soulmate. But my teachers, there's another one, Doris Ann Dolan, Mrs. Dolan, first grade. There's not a person in Quincy that did not have her in school that didn't think she was the greatest. What I'm trying to tell you is every day, go out there and push yourselves to the limits. Go out there and be kind to everybody. Be great to everybody. And tonight, if you want, make sure to show up tonight at 6 o'clock over at the vet's home. I'll see everybody over at the cafe tonight. My name is Jeffrey Jansen. Each and every one of you make a difference. Each and every one of you is important. Each and every one of you should know that when you go out there in life, when people talk to you, when people leave you, make sure they remember you. And they're going to remember you by being kind, being great, by giving a hug, by giving a handshake, by doing what they're not expecting, forgiving them if they've ever done anything wrong. Ask them forgiveness from them and forgive yourself. Anyway, I'm Jeff. Thank you for listening to my babble. I know sometimes it can be a lot, but I do it because I care about each and every one of you, and I care about those people out there that need you today. So, have a good one, everybody. I'll talk to you soon.